stopping by QuickerWeb.com. We are the leaders in business communications and a group company of iNow networks. Today I'd like to show you how to use Zimbra. Zimbra is the back end of the QuickerWeb business email service. The way to access Zimbra is you can use any browser. As you can see down here on my left hand side, you can use any browser to actually use our business email. The business email service actually is software hardware agnostic. You just need Windows, Mac, or Linux, and it runs on any of those. Today I'll use Safari from Mac, but of course you can use Firefox, Internet Explorer, some Microsoft Mac, whatever you want to use. So I'm going to open this first. And then the first thing you do is you go to the easiest way to do is to remember QuickerWeb. You can type in QuickerWeb and up comes the website. But the easiest way to get to the website to remember the URL to your business email would be just type in bright, quick, and flexible. So bqf.me and hit return, and then there you are. Of course, the site's in Japanese or English, whichever you like, but what you really want is the business email login. Actually, if you go to the iNow.com website, which is our mother company, you'll see that there's a similar login for business email at the top right hand side here as well. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to log into a demo account that we have here and show you a little bit about the service. So see, what I did is I clicked on business email, and as you can see, it takes me to the login, and what I'll do is I'll type in the demo account information, type in the password, and of course, if I want to stay signed in, if it's your personal computer, you could check this box. If it's an internet cafe or something like that, then you wouldn't want to save any passwords on the machine there. Anyways, I'm going to sign into the account, so you can save it here, save password or whatever. I'll go ahead and save it, why not? Anyway, so here's my email account, and in my email account you can see that you've got email. Wow, that's amazing. Well, actually there's more to the email than that. So QuickerWeb's business email is built on Zimbra, as I mentioned earlier, and it's really a collaboration service. So you can collaborate any of the items that you see here at the top. So if I start here on mail, what I'll do is I'll explain these different areas to you here. Contacts, calendar, task, briefcase, and preferences. And actually you can limit, like if you had users in a retail shop or something, you can actually take away add or take away these particular features as per domain basis. So say you're I don't know, coach.com, and so the people at Coach can give some users at the store just email, and other users complete access to calendar, and so forth. So anyways, let me explain to you email. You can see there's a bunch of newsletters of all sorts and types here. So if you go here and you look at mail, all you really need to do is, let's open up this one from Pebble. And here you can see that it's got a lot of outbound images that you have to display. If you display these, it sends a message to the sender of the newsletter that they have that you've read their message, and we don't care if they do that because these Pebble people are fine. So you click here and you can see here's a sale on these Pebble watches. Great, wonderful. So you can see, basic email, you want to reply, you go up here, click reply, then you get reply. Now when you reply to things like this, you can see it came as an HTML message, which was an embedded message. But if you go to a message with a lot of embedded graphics, so that would be HTML. If I go back here, you can see that. Or you can have it as a simple plain text message, which a lot of people in the past have liked. Anyway, so there's the message, and then basically just reply. You want to add some more people, just put in, Steve Jobs at apple.com or whatever. and you just add the different people. So it's everything you absolutely everything you want to do can be done at the desktop on the browser. You don't have to install anything on any computer. You don't have to set up Active Directory. You don't have to. There's no complications unless you want to make it a little bit more challenging. But there's no complications. So anyway, so you send a message. If you have people, you can see names of people here that are in your company. So if you've got people that you need to see, you can see the whole company there. I'm going to show you how to send a message. You just click send, but I want to show you something that I really like, which is a feature called send later. So if you have a message that everyone gets so much email now that you don't really want the person to get the message right now, but you want it to get them to get it first thing tomorrow morning, if you click on send later and then you select tomorrow morning or select a week from now or whatever you like. So let's do tomorrow morning. I'm going to do 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. I want to send this message at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. If I click on this, then it's going to queue that message, and as you can see here in the drafts box, that message is ready to go out 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So these people are going to think you're a super hard worker because you're sending a message at 8 a.m. in the morning. So this is Mail. There's all sorts of features within Mail. So if we go back to the Mail here, isn't this nice? It's all browser based, so you don't have to do a heck of a lot. Let's go to this Beacon Reports. If I want to add this Beacon Reports person to my address book, which is the contacts here, I right click and go to add contacts, and then you've got some long email address from this guy. Anyway, so actually let's go back and find that other one. No, let's click on this one. This might be a more realistic looking email address because it's a newsletter. Okay, there you go, Richard at beaconreports.net. Okay, so this is you can add information, Beacon reports, etc. You can add the phone number, and remember, when you add a phone number in here, this is going to sync with your Android device, your iPhone, your iPad, whatever, and so you'll be making phone calls from your device using the number. So you want to make sure you select a good number that works, the 090 or whatever if you're in Japan. And you can also specify if it's an assistant. You can add additional numbers. See the plus here? That allows you to add additional numbers. So you could say the assistant's number is this, and so forth. And then once you've put in a number, let's do 03450 68 I don't know, whatever, 6877. So then I hit save. Oh, by the way, if you want to add a picture of the person, you can click on the plus mark here and add a picture of them. And I hit save. And then if you go over to contacts, you'll see that, where's Richard? Beacon Reports, I think, is what I just added. If I go here and search, I can find pretty much anything in my contact lists by searching on, for example, let's put in Richard. And you can see that this Beacon Reports address has Richard in it. So it's very, very intuitive, very easy to find things. And that's the contacts. If, for example, I want to write a letter to this person, let's go back here. If I want to write an email to them, if you right click on it, you've got all these commands. So one of the things you want to remember when you're using BizMail is that you've got a heck of a lot of commands. So say I want to forward the contact to somebody, I can send it to somebody to contact them, or I can write a new email, and boom, there's the email. And you write your email, send it off, and there you go. Oops. Okay. So let me show you a bit more. I'm gonna have to kill Mail here. It's gonna attack me. Hide that there. Sorry about that. Anyway, okay. So that's Mail, contacts. Next we've got calendar. And as you can see here, for example, today is November 16th. There's a 10 a.m. meeting with sales. If I want to change that, just double click on that baby, and you can see you can add attendees. If you add an email address, if they're using Microsoft Outlook, Google Apps, or one of these compatible type of platforms, which is most of the world, if they're using IMAP or POP3 basic email, they're not going to have it. But if they're using most of the world, has this compatible email system, you can just put in their email address and it will send them a meeting request. And then it invites them to the meeting. If they're on your system, you can actually see their availability in this section. I'm going to close that off for now. So if you want to add an appointment, so you want to have a lunch with Tom, let's add an appointment. I'm right clicking on that. Now I'm adding lunch Tom. So you can add that. Also, I can have a reminder here, 5 minutes. If you want to change the default reminder time, you actually go into preferences up here and you can set that. But I'll just leave it at, I'll put it at an hour because then you get a chance to get there if you have to travel. Okay, so I pop that in, and there you go. Now, say, as you can see, I've only allotted 30 minutes of time for schedule in here. So let me pull this down, and that will allow me to make it for a full hour. And the interesting thing is, if you've included other email addresses in the meeting request, then you'll be able to send that note to them as well. Okay, so we've talked about mail, contacts, and calendar. There's a lot more you can do with calendar. Actually, let me show you one other thing that's very nice with calendar. This is a collaboration server. So say you want to meet with this person regarding they requested a meeting with you. If you right click on here, you could actually go to create appointment, and that will allow you to actually create an appointment with this person. So here's this person, and you set a time, set whatever time you like. So I'll let them meet with them at 3, and that will actually send an email time request to them. I'm going to take this off because I don't really want to send it to him, but isn't that very sweet? You can actually put that in there into the calendar. If you go back to the calendar, you can actually see the mail information. So when you're meeting with this person on your iPhone, your Android device, whatever it is, you can see the information regarding that meeting. Very, very convenient, especially interviewing people or where you've got sales materials that come in via email. Right click, create an appointment. The other thing you can do actually is you can actually drag and drop. So if you go here, let's say we're going to meet him on Friday, and then you just basically, oops, I'm sorry, I'm doing the wrong thing. I just moved it to the wrong place. Let's go back over here. We'll put him back at 3 o'clock here. What I want to do is I want to go back to that mail. So let's go back to that mail. Say I want to meet this person on Friday. Just grab the mail and drag and drop it into the calendar where you want it, and you can add their email addresses here. So adding it there, email addresses are there, and then you can do the same thing. Like, when do you want to meet with them? Click here and you can set the date. It's already set for Friday because that's where I dropped it, but you can change the time. Let's make it 5. Yep. So there you go. And I'm going to take him off again because I don't want him to get a meeting request. And I'm going to save and close. And that takes me back to the calendar here. And as you can see, the different schedule. As you have your team, actually, you can add team members. You can share your calendar here, which we'll show you in a future video. But you can actually see a nice, colorful representation of where everybody is. So you can see so-and-so's here, so-and-so's there. You can, by the color of their meetings, you can see, and their calendar. So if you go here and click on right click on the calendar, edit properties, I can change my color. So I don't want to go to blue. Let's maybe make it yellow. So I'll change it to yellow. Isn't this flexible? Isn't this amazing? Okay, so now it's all yellow. And of course I can do a week. I can show my Sundays. Maybe you're busy on Sundays, got meetings on Sundays, or maybe you're off on Saturdays. So you can easily just click on it, add an off, and I can just change it here and say 10 to 3 is off. I can click on it and add it there, or I can even drag and drop it. Boom. So very, very easy to use. Oops, I clicked it too fast. I clicked on another one. Alright, and then next there's an area called tasks. So say you want to collaborate with people. You can do this for yourself, or you can add new people. All you really have to do is add the task. So write report on internet, and you click on it, and then there it goes. It comes into your upcoming task list. But as you can see here, these two tasks have a date set. This one doesn't. So if I double click on that, I can go in here and set a date. I'm going to set a start date. I can probably forget about it till next year, so let's put it on January 4th. And due date would be, you can set the due date for whenever you want, preferably after the fact, right? So January 9th. And if you've started it, you can set in progress and what percentage you have done. Say it's 10%. And actually, if you want to assign this task to somebody else, this is where you'll see the other task lists of people who've shared with you. Anyways, click Save. And there you go, you've got your task list. Very convenient. One other thing you can do is if you get an email from somebody, let's go back to this Beacon Report email. If you go here, right click on this, you can actually create a task related to this. So I'm going to say contact Beacon. And I can do the same thing setting. I'll just go ahead and just save it for now. And the cool thing is you've got all your information there right within the task so you can see it. Okay, so that's the task. The other thing is briefcase. If you want to add a document, like here I added a JPEG, you can easily upload files, a presentation, corporate presentation, whatever you want. You just upload, choose the file, add it, and there you go. So pick a file from whatever files that you have, documents and so forth. Okay, I'm gonna skip out of that. And then finally, preferences. So these are the major areas: mail, contacts, calendar, tasks, and briefcase. All of these areas can be shared by right-clicking on the item and sharing. Mail could be the same. You can, if you're a president of a company and you want to share your mail, just share folder. If you want to share your contacts with your sales team, click on here, share folder. A lot of features in our BizMail. Okay, so in preferences, this is probably the main thing people call us and want to do is they want to change the language from English to Japanese, Japanese to English, or whatever. But just to quickly show you, if you want to change your password for your account, here it is. So preferences, general, change password. If you want to change your time zone because you're working in another time zone, we have people all over the world using the service so that we've got many time zones. You would click here. If you want to change the language, let's show you how you do that. I'm going to change to Japanese, clicking on Japanese, and then once I hit save, it's going to ask me, do you really want to go to Japanese? And I'll say yes, and then you'll see all the menu items and all the guidance turns to Japanese, even the loading. So you go back here and briefcase, preference, all of this is in Japanese. All of the set, account, mail, filter, signature, everything is in Japanese here. Sharing, you can see everything here. There's a lot to this service I can't explain in the time that I have today, but I just wanted to show you the basic stuff and give you a tour. Let me change it back to English, and you get a choice of English, American, British, or Aussie. Let's go with American. And then here you save it, and you've got it, and it's back. Loading again, and there you go. So there's a lot more features to the service, and remember, all of this stuff, mail, contacts, calendar, and tasks, all sync with your mobile device, your smartphone. Briefcase is something that you can use if you're going to be traveling a lot or you'll be offline. I recommend you download the Zimbra desktop, and you can check out our video on that. If you have any questions, please contact our bright, quick, and flexible team at QuickerWeb.com, or the shortcut is bqf.me. Thank you for joining, and we look forward to talking with you soon.